You know the point where you don't think it can get any worse? Hey guys, welcome back to MX5 Rusteration. In this video we're going to continue working on the disaster Datsun Z. Now, you may have seen our last video where we got all the geometry of these chassis rails correct, and we started also rebuilding the bottom of this chassis rail, and we cut out a lot more stuff down here. In this video we're going to continue on this section. We're going to get this bulkhead welded in finally, and then we're going to continue on this chassis rail. So let's grab some tools and let's crack on. Right, so in the last video, we actually fabricated the bottom of this chassis. We cut a lot of this out. We fabricated the bottom of this chassis, that thickening plate, got it all in place, and we set the geometry of the front chassis rails. We also started making this bulkhead section, which is down there. I can't actually reach it because I'm a bit stuck, but it's there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start by... It needs a little bit more bending, and I also need to put a lip on that. So I'm going to do that first, and then I'm going to offer it up to here and try and make it fit the best I can. There's also a patch panel in here. It looks an absolute mess in here. Right, this is a catastrophe. Right, this is starting to grow arms and legs now. This is a patch panel which extends all the way back to here, if you can see that. Now, this comes from here and it comes down, and it's got a bit of a lip on it coming this way. I've obviously cut part of this floor pan out, but this is not what this panel should do. This panel should go from here, should come down and should form the bottom part of your sill. So this that's been put on has not been put on correctly, and I've just basically bent it out and formed this floor pan section that they've jammed in here. This is the original inner structure part which goes down to here and forms this lip. Now I'm going to have to cut across here and rebuild this, and obviously rebuild all of this section here while I've still got this reference point and this reference point here. You know the point where you don't think it can get any worse, and then it just gets worse. This whole inner section here has rusted through, and I'm not going to cut anything else out beyond that point that I've cut there. The reason for that, because I'll repair this in two sections because I do need to repair that back section there as well. So I'll repair this section first, and then I'll repair that back section once all this situation is complete, because the structural integrity of this section at the moment is not very good. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fabricate this part that I've cut out here. I'm not going to do this inner section, and the reason for that is because I'm going to do it from the other side. Right, so as well as this little lip here that I've just put in, there's also another little lip down below. So this is just above where the floor pan sits onto this section, and then there's something just below it as well. Now I'm going to use this side that we've already refabricated as an example, and I can feel the lip on that old section just underneath here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer this up to that section there, and then I can scribe a line where I need that little lip to go, and then obviously I can put the lip in. Right, so with this being quite thick steel, it's not really bent it how I wanted it to bend it. I've made this section here, as you've just watched, and I've cleaned all this section up, but what I didn't notice, or what I didn't take into consideration, is this hole here. Now this goes from here to this inside, so it's also on the inside as well. Now I need to do that before I put this bulkhead section on, because if I don't, I can't really get access to it from the backside because of this little section, if you can see this here. So luckily I've made my floor, I've made my bulkhead quite long, so it actually comes to somewhere up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scribe a line on here to show where my floor pan goes, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tidy this up here. I'm going to cut across, cut up, and then cut halfway along this section here, and then that will allow me access to get into here, to then repair this, to then put this on, to then put this on, to then do this section here. So it's almost like 2 steps forward and 1 step back, or 1 step forward and 2 steps back. 3 steps forward. Right, so now I've got that section finally completed, I feel a lot better about welding this in now.
Wait for me, I'm not far behind. I know that I can change. Remembering all of those nights beneath the window frame. Don't know why we keep going round and round in the same place. Can't decide to live my life on the ground or in outer space.
Right, I'm actually quite happy with the placement of this now, and my two little dimples actually are placed quite nicely. This one I've obviously had to make by hand. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good, to be honest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack in this so I can release the mall grips, and at least it's going to stay there-ish. Well, that's going to be it for this video, guys. As always, thank you very much for watching. We've got this major bulkhead section in. It does need a slight adjustment on that bottom section, but we should be able to sort that in the next video. And hopefully, in the next video, we can also get this chassis rail sorted, this inner and this top. Make sure you smash that like and subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and with that being said, we will catch you in the next one.